once you taste it, once you get that first taste of whatever it is that's addictive, you want more of it.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Rogue Record Music. I'm your host, Rob Myers, and I feel like I'm back on RBTE because I have a familiar face that I've had on many, many shows. This is episode 18, as I literally just had this conversation with Brant. I've literally just uploaded episode 17. I'm going, what episode is this? What episode is this? 18. This goes back, and I'll probably put an annotation somewhere. I think this was episode 6 of this show when I did my trifecta of here are albums that I have on 3 different formats, being vinyl, CD, and cassette, and I even had a VHS in there. So we're going to open this up. I think I counted possibly 5 to 6 possible different formats. This is the Kiss trifecta, and with me, he was on episode number 2 of this show, and it's been way too long since I've had him. Number 2, and that was funny. Episode 2, doing 2 albums of Guns N' Roses, Use Your Illusion 1 and 2. It is my good friend and brother from another mother, Brant from In My Head channel. Brother, welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me, man. It's been too long.
Oh, way too long.
Way too long.
If I have a friend card, you go to like, oh, you've got enough Subways. I haven't had the Brant punch card in a while, so I gotta get my punches back up so I get that
right.
That Kiss sticker put back on. Like, here's your Kiss Army kid again, Rob.
Right.
So I know when the two of us get to talking, the subject is going to start here, and then we're just going to kind of branch out. Luckily, peek behind the curtain that we're filming 2 episodes. We're doing one on my channel, and then we're going to quickly get off this call, and I'm going to get on Brant's call. So, spoiler, I'm going to be on Brant's channel. It'll be interesting to see who gets their video up first. So either you just saw me on Brant's channel, or you just saw Brant on this channel. We're cross-pollinating. So
exactly right.
So this is
spring. It's spring. Why not? Why not cross-pollinate a little bit?
We've all been just pent up, and at least here in Ohio, it's like, hey, it's 70 degrees, and then tomorrow it's 30 degrees, and then we're back to 40 degrees, and then snow, kind of snow, tornado winds. So I think we're all just pent up. And speaking of pent up, right now, going on in Indiana, I can't believe I'm missing this. It pains me. Time just didn't lot up, but the Indiana Kiss Expo is literally going on at this moment with Paul Stanley and Eric Singer in attendance. And more importantly, for us Kiss brothers, our good brother Xander for Kiss Museum right there has got a table set up. So if you're watching this, I don't know why you are, you should be watching the event going on. So what a great day for Kiss fans that the Expo is finally started back up. We don't know if it's going to be a one-off, but there's a lot of good Kiss stuff kind of coming back around again, where I feel it's kind of been a little lagging. Before we get into today's video, like, what do you think about kind of what's been going on in at least in the Kiss world and even today right now?
I feel like that it's been, even though you've seen, glimpses of Gene and Paul here and there, I feel like it's just been like a vacuum. Kiss Online has released some things, and and unfortunately, I've not had the means of income to be able to buy them. I still have not bought the Alive box set, the Dress to Kill box set.
Same.
I talked about prior to Christmas that I was going to put it off till after Christmas, and here we are now, the middle of April, and I still haven't purchased them. And I've kind of just been backing off on that a little bit, even though I'd love to have that. You only have so much funds, and you can only do so much. And so I'm kind of in a balancing act now where it's like purchase new stuff or continue to save money for when I see a good piece of vintage Kiss memorabilia for sale, either in the wild or on eBay, that I want to purchase. I mean, I see stuff out there all the time, but not at a price or at a condition that I want to pay for.
And sometimes it's got to be that right thing. I've tried to like hone my window down to like the Eric Singer, Eric Carr, Bruce Kulick era of the band, of like, that's the thing that's really going to make me want to spend that dollar. Not that I don't want to get the Alive box set, because I've got Destroyer and Creatures right here that I love those box sets, and it kills me to the Kiss Completist and this goes, oh, I'm missing two in the collection. But with the price point, especially when they came out so close to one another, I was like, God, you're killing me. You know?
I think at this point in time, what I'm going to have to do is I'm just going to have to say, okay, I've got the money to buy one of them, and I'm just going to go ahead and buy the Dress to Kill box set, and then maybe wait a couple months and buy the Live box set, because I don't think they're going anywhere. I mean, you can still get the Destroyer box set.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't think they're going anywhere. I think they've got enough made, and there's enough going to sit in a warehouse for a while that it's not something like a picture disc or some crazy colored vinyl. You know, I've given up on picture discs.
I don't even bother, because they're gone in the 8 minutes they're up online.
Yeah, and part of me, I look back and I look at the foil covers that they're doing and everything, and in the past Critical Kiss video that we just put out this past week, Tommy was showing his copy of Destroyer, and it's the foil cover and the word Kiss is embossed, and around the figures on the front of the cover is embossed. And I'm like, and it had the really cool poster of them on the motorcycles. And I'm like, that's so cool. And it's not that expensive, but $30 and $30 and $30 and $40, it adds up. And so, and it was colored vinyl too. It was like maroon on one side, and yellow on the other. Yeah. So, I mean, but then if I start looking at that, once again, the completist, it's like, okay, I've got this full cover. Well, what else full covers do I don't have? Well, gosh, they go all the way back for a year. So now I'm looking to go all the way back to, and then you sit there and you add all that up, and the accountant in me starts adding all that up, and I'm like, well, there's $400 right there. Well, that's a Kiss trash can, or a Kiss Your Face makeup kit. I mean,
or that's your wife saying, you know how we want to replace the tub and bathroom upstairs? That's part of a bathroom.
That's your wife saying, that's a pretty good down payment on the next cruise I want to go on too.
Exactly. Yeah.
So my wife does not, and I think most of our wives, if you have a wife that understands this and you're a Kiss collector and you even like this band in general, my wife don't even understand why I like Kiss. She don't get it. And she definitely does not get this.
Mine gets this.
She does not get it. She does not get why I love these things here so much. And I love this stuff behind me, these games and these stuff so much. And the figures and the 8 tracks and the albums and stuff that you see behind me. She don't get it. But,
Mine does. And she'll send me stuff because she's bought stuff through KOL, and she'll go, hey, I know you probably saw this, but is this something that you're wanting? I'm like, woman, why are you doing this to me? I hadn't opened up my email, so in my mind I didn't know that I want it, but now that you sent it to me, are you telling me it's okay to get it? She's like, no, I just wanted to know if you knew about it.
Yeah.
Which I think that's worse. She gets it and says, but we don't have the money for that. I was like,
right. Yours is a little more twisted than mine then.
I'm glad you said that. And well, I got to show this real quick. This is really bad podcasting of me. Where's it at? Where's it at? There it is. Nope. I'm leaving this in. I'm leaving this in frame.
Leave it in. I'm going to take a little quick promo clip right here while you're doing that.
I love this thing. It is still with me.
Oh, yes.
I still have all of my leftover buttons from Rosemont. I still have everyone's up here in a little tray. I look at them all the time.
This hangs behind me in every video because I never want to forget, and I don't want anybody else to ever forget that this hangs behind me. And dude, it's gonna be before you know it. We're gonna be celebrating another anniversary.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they got the Right Between the Eyes and Kiss Army things and my button on there and our pass for the sound check.
Yep.
Yep. I keep this hanging right behind me here because that's one of those tokens. That means a lot more to me than this stuff behind me means a lot, but that means a lot more to me than a lot of that stuff back there.
And mine, I can't do it real well, but I have a lithograph of the End of the Road era band with that hanging from, and the rest of the buttons from everyone.
Yeah.
So it goes without saying, this is a Kiss episode. Having done Right Between the Eyes for 3 or 4 years, that podcast is just, it's probably over. At this point, the feed is not active on, iTunes, Spotify. The Crusoes and I talk sporadically. There wasn't like the band broke up. I think it ran its course and then restarting this thing. But I think everyone knows that, like, I'm still a huge, huge Kiss fan, as I bumped my camera here. So there we go. Everything's backwards when you do this. So like I said at the beginning, I believe it was episode, I'll have to look here. I want to say it was episode 6 when I went through my, CDs and vinyl, as I really started getting into vinyl and going, hey, I think I have this on cassette. Oh, hey, I have this on CD too. Thought that would be really cool to figure out how many albums I have on multiple formats. And right away, as a Kiss fan, I was like, well, I know I can do that. I think I told the story once on Right Between the Eyes. I had a wonderful ex-wife that had chucked a bunch of stuff, and all my Kiss cassette tapes were a casualty of that purge for her. So needless to say, that marriage didn't last for real long. So I've been going through and slowly kind of reacquiring Kiss cassette tapes as I see them out in the wild. There's one that I'm missing that I really, really want, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But taking something from Right Between the Eyes, I love doing the 9. So I literally have 9 cassette tapes where I was like, oh, that's dumb luck that I love doing the 9. So then I found the corresponding 9 CDs in 9 vinyl albums. And I have a couple other formats. I know, Brant, you're close on that. I think you told me you've got like 6. And then with any Kiss fan, like we said, this is just a chance for us to, especially when you have somebody coming over, like, let me show you the stuff on the wall. It's one thing for me to ooh and ah in my own room, but I know what I have. It's even cooler when you get to share it with somebody else, or you get to see somebody else's collection. So this is just the excuse for 2 guys wearing Kiss shirts going, hey, you want to see my Kiss stuff? Or we're both going, yeah. And we're both going to say, oh, I have that. Oh, I have that too. But I like seeing. And the fun and the cool thing is, some stories might come out of like, well, where did you pick this up? Or what does this album mean to you? So we will try not to do full album reviews, but conversations will be had. And we're just going to kind of go through our stuff. And I'm going to go chronologically because
me too.
I've got to put them back up in there. So I just pulled them out in chronological order. And you can see some of the holes back here where the CDs were. So if you can tell, you could probably figure out like, oh, I know what that album is, and I know what those 2 are. So anyway, so let's get this party started.
Welcome to the 9. You may only choose 9 to move forward. No more, no less. The 9 is here.
On this show, on I about said Right Between the Eyes. That's so hard to not do. Rogue Record Music, guest go first. So what is the first one that you have multiple copies of? And, if you've got cassette, CD, vinyl, show them all in succession, and, we'll go from there.
All right. So start off, we'll start at the beginning for me. So we're going to go back with what I believe is probably the oldest format of the of what I have for the first album, and that is the first album on 8-track.
That's cool. That's cool.
And 8-tracks to me are very fascinating. One, because I actually am old enough to remember originally using 8-tracks.
Yep. Same.
And I recently collected everything is from Kiss on 8-track from the first album all the way up to Dynasty.
Wow.
I don't have Dress to Kill yet. I'm following some right now on once again on eBay. It's condition versus price.
Right.
Sometimes you can find them at a good price, not the greatest condition. Sometimes you find them at a great condition and not the best price. I don't own an 8-track player. That's one of my vintage shopping things that I do whenever I go out Goodwill shopping or vintage shopping and in thrift stores, thrifting. I look for an 8-track player. I'd like to have one of those floor models that has the 8-track player, the record player. I've got a spot over there for it.
My in-laws have one they want me to have.
But the very interesting thing about this is 8-tracks were always unique because there was just a certain amount of program time for the songs. And like with a cassette, a cassette is basically 4 tracks, and there's 2 tracks going one way and 2 tracks going the other way. And then you have a side A and a side B, and they're longer, and they usually would stay true to the track list. And one side might be a little longer than the other. I remember one in particular, like Tesla, which was originally a CD format, but when it was on cassette, like one side of, I think side B was way longer than side A, or vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
There was like maybe a couple minutes of blank space at the end of the song right before my eyes, which I think is the last track on the album. So it would be side A was longer.
Yeah.
But for the most part, the cassette still, they carried the original intended track listing. It was a wild, wild west when it come to 8 tracks.
Right.
For example, if you know the track listing of the first album, the track listing is Strutter, Nothing to Lose, Firehouse, Cold Gin, Let Me Go Rock and Roll, or Let Me Know, Kissin' Time, Deuce, Love Theme from Kiss, 100,000 Years, and Black Diamond. Well, so on here, it's the track listing is Strutter, Nothing to Lose, skips Firehouse, goes to Cold Gin, starts Cold Gin at the end of track 1, begins it, or concludes it on track 2. You had the fade out and then the track, and then it fade back in. Then Let Me Know, then Kissin' Time, and then track 3, or what they would call program 3, begins with Firehouse instead of Deuce. And then Love Theme from Kiss, 100,000 Years, Black Diamond. So it's just a little weird track listing. And I will say that I love these old ones, the way they'd have the big 8-track. I believe it's a T-shirt. I think it's a Dress to Kill T-shirt that Kiss Online put out that I want to have, because it's got the album cover on the front, and then on the back it's got the 8-track listing, and it's got the big 8.
That's cool.
And it kind of looks like that on the back. So, but yeah, so I have it on 8-track. I have it on CD, and I know that people that watch me, they're going to be yelling at me right now.
It's not open.
It's a sealed. It's a sealed Kiss the Remasters.
He's not a real Kiss fan.
Because I don't open my stuff. So that's a Remasters CD.
Yep.
And then I don't have this is one that I still am trying to find. I want to find 2 original presses. I want to find one without Kissin' Time, which I've never owned it.
Wow.
And I want to find one that's just a bogey blue label that's decent. Every time I find one, once again, in the wild or online, it's condition versus price.
Yep.
But what I do have, as a placeholder, is an unopened 2014 180 gram.
That's cool.
So that is my vinyl placeholder until I find an original.
And
pressing.
I get it. Sometimes collecting is just collecting of, like, I always say a toy.
Why would I open this? I have no reason to open this. I mean, it's just because some people are like, why do you buy an album if you're not going to open it? Because I want a 180 gram copy of it. See, that was one of my rabbit holes I was doing for a while that I gave up on, or at least I've shelved, is I was trying to get everything that was on 180 gram.
Same.
And I have a lot of it, but I don't have all of it. But I have a list of what I don't have. But once again, it's like, man, that list of all these little rabbit holes are all, if I go down them, you're talking $400 to $1,000 to go
Right.
down all of them. So,
And why don't I have the latest box set? It's because of all these little rabbit holes that we're all going down.
right, exactly. All right, so that's my first.
Okay, my first, and this is now all but one or two of the cassettes that I'm going to show are not mine. They are reacquired. I have one or two that are my physical from back in the day. This one, talk about the Wild West when you started getting into like the double albums. You remember you would get like the double cassette that would be like this, and then eventually they started getting bigger cassette tapes so you could fit an album like this on a single cassette. So it is alive, and it's not like, oh, here's tape one of, so it is side one, side two in the correct running order that it should be. So
and the little window showing you the tape is like almost totally full of tape.
Right. If this was rewound, I've got an ability to play it over here. I'm always like, when I buy something, I'm like, what song was this person on? Like, what was the last time somebody listened to this? But I haven't yet to play it. There's, no inside. So that's the first one I have. I'll set that there. Then I have it on CD, the remastered. Mine's open. Of course, because why wouldn't it be, Rob? And then I have, speaking of 2014, there is the Casablanca. And I started doing this with my vinyl, start having all the write-up from Discogs and stuff like that. But really cool. So yes, open. Talk about having time, but this is a nice sit on the couch and print labels up to know what pressing it is and the hype sticker. So, and I open mine and I very gently peel the hype sticker off, and then I place it in the new bag and board, and I'm silly like that. So Alive is the first one that I have 3 formats for.
All right. Now, how many, I know this was kind of like we didn't count on doing this, but how many, do you have more than one copy of any of those? Do you have it like more than one on cassette, more than one on CD, more than one on vinyl? I have another vinyl and I don't know if it's an original pressing. I think mine might be a Terre Haute pressing. I think it's a little too far to pull it out. Yeah. I almost pulled that out. I kind of intermixed 2014s with original pressings through some of these. But so Alive, I have 2 vinyl copies of, and then just the cassette and CD from 2014 and original from 80, whatever, when they started producing them. All right. So my next one is what some people consider, and I guess also Kiss, especially the way they treat it, they consider the greatest Kiss album, and that is an 8-track of Destroyer. Yep, and this is what the back looks like. I kind of like that one. I miss seeing the 8 on it, but it kind of makes it seem more like what the album might be. Mm-hmm. The thing about an 8-track is you never really knew when you popped it in where you were going to be, and you really didn't have no control. There is no rewind. No. There is no. Now, I did become a master at this, and this is funny. This is skills that we used to have that we lost. I know. You know what I'm going to say? I know exactly what you're going to say. Yeah. You could be I could be like in the middle of a song. If I flip in the middle of this song right now, I'm going to be at the beginning of X song or whatever. Yep. So you learned where, and it was just pressing the channel button, ploop, 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 and it'd make that clunky, clunk, 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 clunk. Yep. Switching from one to the next. And it was basically just a little head that was moving up and down, across the tracks. It's wide. It's double as wide as a cassette, because a cassette is 4 tracks and this is 8. So, and it's 8 because it's four programs and it's stereo. There's a track for the left and track for the right. For those of you who don't know how analog works, hello, this is a 8-track. It's like, I should do a video one day of like going in the backyard and like digging one of these up out of the ground. It's like an archaeological find to a lot of people. But I mean, it's funny because you're seeing a lot that analog is really making a comeback. Not only vinyl, but it's starting to sprinkle down into cassettes and even 8 tracks.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, so that is from 1976, NBLP 87025.
Nice.
And so I have that. Destroyer is an album that I have a lot of. I think I have like 6 copies of Destroyer on vinyl.
I'm pretty close to that too, probably.
This is my remasters, and it is open, and it has got a cracked case. But it's in its original case, and I love that CD. That's awesome looking. That's one. This is another rabbit hole for me. This is rabbit hole number X.
And I can say I still have all my CDs, and I bought them as they came out back in the day.
That big, huge Kiss logo there that basically is mimicking the dust cover. Yeah. Kiss, Shout It Out Loud.
Very similar to the hat I'm wearing.
Yeah. So that is my on cassette. Now I have Destroyer. Like I said, I have the box set, and then I have the box sets there. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7. Well, if you count the box set, I have 8. So I have this one. This is an original. This was my first one, and I wanted one better than this. This is because it's got some gunk on the cover. You can see it kind of there on the Kiss logo.
Yeah.
And but it's a bogey. I've got a 45 in there of Shout It Out Loud.
Nice.
And I've also got the 45th anniversary. That is the red and the yellow one.
Yep. Same.
And I've got the 2014. That is, come on, you know the word.
Unopened.
Yep. I have a Resurrected, which I count as Destroyer.
Yep. Same.
I have the orange vinyl Walmart exclusive. That's
cool, unopened. And I gotta tell you, if you were to open that one, I could pull it out and show you. I have that one.
And then I have this one that is a Kiss Online something. I just know on the back it says limited edition. I don't know what color it is because I've never opened it. But it does say on the back it says limited edition. And inside I have Detroit Rock City with, that's pretty.
Yeah.
With Beth on the B side. I keep my 45s in with my albums. But the one that I do have pulled out, I will show you. It has the
nice slip cover.
Yep, and it's
the blue Vogue.
Yeah, side one, it's blue with the silver Kiss.
Yeah. It's like
and what I understand, even that's variants. Sometimes even those are different.
Yep.
But there's so many variants when it comes to Kiss. That's another rabbit hole that I just kind of gave up on. There's only certain variants I really try to go after, like misprints or stuff like that. So that is my number 2.
My number 2, Wouldn't You Like to Know Me? Paul Stanley. Now
I love those cassettes. Those cassettes, the front of that cassette.
Yeah. I love just the Casablanca in stereo. At first I was like, I would like this as a big full thing. The older I got, this is just classic, Yeah. There it is. I found this. I think I paid $3 for it. More of the artwork.
Kind of its own vibe. You know what I'm saying? But I like the classic.
Yeah.
The classic black.
Can't beat that.
No.
So then we got the 2014 on CD.
Yep.
And then of course
was that sealed?
No, I'm a Kiss fan. Okay. I'm a Kiss fan. Oh, something fell out. What is in here? Oh, here's a little something. Paul Stanley Live at Toads 1998 from the soundboard with Eric Singer on drums.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I wondered where that was. I've got the cassette. I have a bootleg a case that I made for it, and I couldn't find the CD. I thought I lost it. Well, I should have looked at Paul. And then I don't have the 2014 of this. So this is the only Paul Stanley I have. This is my Filmworks label, Paul Head in Middle, and it's pressed by Golden Disc Recording Production Studios.
Nice.
So there's my.
That's awesome.
Yeah, first press.
I need to do my Discog stuff. That right there, that is a rabbit hole on its own, but it's so fun because you feel it's going to sound weird and maybe only Kiss fans understand it or vinyl collectors understand it.
Yeah.
But when you find out what exactly pressing you have and where it is in the chronological time of when it was put out, and not only that, but where it came from, where it was pressed, it's like it gives it just a different depth.
Yeah. Like I was just scrolling through here. I've got a love gun that gives you camera, Rob. All this information on it, where it's pressed. And you can even tell like what it had sold at. The version I have, the highest that it's sold is $40.75. The low is $7. So yeah. Anyway.
The only thing that I wish that you could find out with an album is like, if it's not a brand new album, is how many people have owned it. Like almost like a Carfax for an album.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
that would be cool.
If there was a database, like you go in and you say this album, like I know they don't have serial numbers, but like you'd be like this album, you could look it up. You'd be like, wow, so-and-so owned this from this time to this time. And then so-and-so sold it. That'd be cool.
Every once in a while, I don't know which of the albums I have, but one of them has Corey written on it. I was like, who's Corey?
Right.
My wife's like, you gotta pick that up. And I was like, Corey owned it. Like, am I going to run into a Corey sometime? Like, hey, that's mine.
I have one that I'm going to show that was, owned by somebody.
Cool.
And they marked it. Yeah. And a lot of people, I was talking to somebody and I think it might've been my wife or somebody one day we were talking and she's like, why did people write on their albums? I'm like, because once again, days have gone by where I remember going to parties and you take a cassette or you take an album and how did you know it was yours?
My mother would say, is your name in that?
Right.
So you'd write your name in whatever it was.
Right. Before my mom used to send me off to camp, she'd write my name on the tag of all my clothes, on the band of my underwear and on the back of my shirt. So you knew whose shirt was whose. And so, that's how that's how we knew when it was time to leave the party and collect up your stuff. You're like, oh, this is mine. It's got my initials on it. It's got my name on it.
Right.
Anyway. So my next one, and it's going to kind of tie in a lot of things we're talking about. My next one is what a lot of people consider the greatest Kiss album of all time. The people that know, and that is Rock and Roll Over. And this one is very cool. I like the gray background on that.
That's cool. I was just gonna say that's pretty sweet.
And this one, it's been loved. It's got some coffee stains and stuff on it and everything. But I mean, that just shows me that somebody was very active with this thing back in the 70s. My second one is a remaster, and it is sealed, unopened. But that's a remasters there. This is the one that I actually have two of. I bought this, and then I think I was at a record store in downtown Winston-Salem or something, and I was there for a conference, and I try to find local music stores, and there happened to be one within walking distance. So I walked down to it, went in and looked around. I'm like, oh, cool. They've got Rock and Roll Over, a remasters. I came home and went to go put it in my CD thing, and there was another unopened Rock and Roll Over remasters. So I have two unopened. Why do I have two unopened? Why did I not open one? I don't know, because I'm crazy, I guess.
I'm just wondering why you don't have three.
Unopened. All right. So Vinyl, I have the limited edition color vinyl that I got from Kiss online that's sealed.
I didn't unopened.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make that joke all day. Sorry, brother.
It's unopened. And I have the 180 gram that's
Nice.
unopened. And I have the original. Whoops. I have the original album, Calling Dr. Love with Take Me 45.
Oh, that's so cool.
And then I have the original album with the Kiss Army paraphernalia,
so cool.
merch form in it. And it's got the Rock and Roll Over belt buckle and the Kiss and the Silver Kiss buckle and the On Tour. And I remember having the Alive 2 on a yellow shirt. This has the unused sticker in it as well. How this has lasted since '76, if unused, blows my mind.
That blows my mind. If I remember, Rob should make a note, and I'm going to do it right now. So there is visual proof. Rob with pen and paper. I'm writing go outside to garage. Why is Rob saying that? Because in my garage, there is a dresser that the people that owned the house before we did, it's like an old dresser that it's probably the width of a CD, but it has nuts and bolts and stuff of it. And I walked in, and whoever had lived here must have had Rock and Roll Over and peeled all of those stickers off, and they are all over this dresser. We walked in, I looked at my wife, I said, we're buying this house, or when we leave after the viewing, we're taking this dresser with us. So it's still outside. So anytime I get a screw or a box out, in my mind, I hear, sorry. So I'm going to try and take a picture of that, and I'll superimpose it up here. So that's how I knew this was my forever home.
Yeah, I think this is really cool how you really can't see it, but this comes apart in like multiple pieces.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Like you can see the seams there between Gene and Ace and Peter and Paul, and the Rock and Roll Over like bandsaw thing comes off on its own. The Kiss ones come off, and they're separated. It's not just one big sticker. It's
multiple,
multiple little stickers.
Man, that is so cool.
And this just shows me that this album was this is what kind of blows my mind. It's like we have an unused merch form, unused sticker, but this album got the hell played out of it.
Somebody loved that album and played it to death, but knew in 2026, somebody's going to appreciate these stickers and the merch form.
Yeah. So,
but I'm going to rip this album to shreds.
Yeah. So MBLP 7037. And it's got some initials on it right there under side one. You see a MN. It's kind of hard to see.
Yeah, yeah.
So MN, and I'll put that back. And this is what I was talking about earlier. This is the album on this one is in a lot better shape. The dust cover is in better shape. This is I believe these misprints are RCA Music Club misprints.
Those are some of my favorites to get are the Music Club ones. I don't know why.
It says right above it, right above Kiss, manufactured by RCA Music Club.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. I love that.
And this album belonged to Chris Olsen. Chris Olsen. And Chris Olsen, I don't know if he knew it or not, but he had a Paul teardrop.
Oh, wow. Chris Olsen, if you're watching this.
And this cover is in great shape.
I was going to say it looks great.
The album itself is in great shape. So, and he wrote his name here too on the border. It's Chris Olsen right there.
That's cool. That adds some character to it. I know purists would be like, "Oh, they defiled the cover." Back then, people weren't thinking about stuff like that. Like, this is going to be a collector's thing in 30 years. That would
be the equivalent of me going out and buying a album now and putting my name on it, not thinking that 50 years later in the year 2076 that somebody's going to be going, man, Brant Meredith put his name on this and he messed it up.
Jerk store.
Yeah, they weren't thinking about that.
No.
The cool thing about that is, you never know where you're going to find a good kiss find. I've got the receipt here from this. This is 30.
That's
awesome. I paid $32, $10 for the items, $11.32 for shipping. And I got the from Etsy. This is an Etsy purchase. And I got that album for $10 and Destroyer for $10.
Wow. All right. Well, all right. You good?
Yep, I'm good.
All right. So we're going to keep in the theme with the last one and talk about the Wild West with printing cassettes. If you had the cassettes of the solo albums, did all of them follow the format of Paul Stanley's when you put them up there? No, of course not. Jeans is on a yellow label. So
of course.
Cool. And why not? And I mean, the two couldn't be different from one another. Talk about, the track listings and all of the, I should say have a track listings, all the production information. It's not that way on Jeans. And, Jeans is yellow. And these I always thought were cool. The Casablanca green cassettes. And if you look, is that tape not blue?
Yeah, and I've never seen that type of cassette until we were doing the Killers episode the other night, and the Killers the Killers CD looks the same.
Yeah,
or the Killers cassette looks the same.
I had the Killers, and that kills me that I lost that one, so I got to find that again.
I don't have that at all, so I'm gonna try to at least get it on vinyl or cassette, one of the or CD.
And it's printed. So from Casablanca is printed on the inside of the track. Oh, I'm always backwards.
Yeah,
it's printed. So let's get those put back in. So that's Jeans. Now I do have two copies of Jeans. I had the 2014 back there, but I brought out the Filmworks label with Jeans head in the middle of it.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. And I don't think I have the original. Oh, I do have the printed inner sleeve for this one.
So beautiful.
Yeah. And I don't think I have the original poster in this print. No, I do not. And I didn't even check Paul's if I had that printed inner sleeve. Oh, I do. I do have the printed inner sleeve from Paul's too. So yeah, I have Paul and Jeans from 78. So I thought that was pretty cool. That's one of the other things that I think I have Ace and Peters in 78 from 78 as well. And then of course we have Jeans opened, and I love the red.
Yeah, I love that on the back.
Yeah. As I drop it. So there we go. There is my Gene.
Okay. My next one is one that's very, very near and dear to me because it's got Shock Me on it. And that's
so
my...
Cool. I love that it's black.
The black. Yep. I love that it's black. And on the back, it looks the same. It's black. The black with the white writing is the CD or the 8-track. The CD, I have, I guess what Rick calls the college. College. He calls them the college. That just plain black and silver CD. I like the way the back of this looks. And you can always tell because it's got that black plastic there, and the back is the purple with the orange and the Kiss logo. And then of course the insert is just very plain.
Yep.
On the back.
That's what made the 2014s, whatever they had.
The remasters.
The remaster is so cool because it like re-replicated the insert. So that was the first time getting the reissues going, oh, this is what the records looked like.
Yeah, and I think it's cool that on the back of this they actually got the track listing right.
Yep, because that always isn't the case. That just
No.
hear the songs on them in weird order.
Well, and let me see if it rings true. Let's see. Oh no. We were looking at them there's one album we're looking at, it's a random order. We discovered this in one of the videos. I don't know if it was a Critical Kiss video, video of me and Carla. They're in a random order, but they're in alphabetical order.
Huh.
But not the case with this. I think with the Love Gun, I think it's a phallus. I think that was intentional.
Yeah.
But this is my Walmart exclusive. It is opened. The only reason this is open is because I actually opened it as part of a live, kind of like, hey, you get to a certain subscription level, I will open one of my my albums that I've never opened before, and I'll let you pick what it is. And the crowd picked this one. I actually have two of these. I didn't realize I had two of them, but I have two of them, and I'm actually going to send this one to Rick because Rick was wanting one of these, and I'm actually going to send that one to him. I have let's see, what is this? I have the 180 gram, and it's sealed. I think all my 180 grams are sealed. I don't think I've opened any of them. Yep, that's sealed. And let's see.
I was curious. So is this the one you just looked at?
Yeah.
Because mine is super splattered. Is that like a weird variant in the pressing? Like some...
Yeah, it's the same.
Same, but mine is tricked out beyond tricked out.
Yeah, see, yeah, it's just, and I think that's just the thing is like, see, you look at mine and it's just like,
oh, wow.
That's all I got.
That was wild. I'm about not trying to take over yours, but I was like, I think I have that same one.
Yeah.
See, this is the problem with Kiss fans. Like, oh, you're going to pull something out.
Yeah.
And I about clotheslined myself on my drum pad here. So I'm like,
let's see. So you saw my 180 gram. Did you miss that one?
no, I saw that one.
All right. So this is a original pressing. It has the blood logo in it. It has the Filmworks. It's MBLP. Now here's something unique about this one. If you look at it, it does not have the band on it. And from what I understand, I did some digging on this one. It is part of the original pressing, but it's apparently the band, they ran out of the band logos, and this is like a variant that doesn't have the band logo.
Huh, that's cool.
On it. But it is like part of the original pressing, and I guess they just ran out, so they just started using their stock labels. And it has the gun in it.
Cool.
And it has multiple bangs. It has, so, and from what I understand, the album only came with one bang.
Yeah.
But somehow I ended up with, they have the piece that the gun was in, and then there's the gun with a bang attached, and then there's some extra bangs for whatever. I mean, I don't know.
Got a couple extra bangs for
I
your
got a
buck.
couple extra bangs for my buck, yeah. And I got this from a record store. I think I got it from Dead Wax that I shop at all the time. And I got some time this Saturday afternoon because I'm by myself. I may take a trip to the north. That may be a video alone.
Man.
But yeah, it's got, has the gun. So got that one. And I have this one that is an original press. It is the MBLP, but
With
it
the band.
has band on it. And it has a gun with a bang that is still in the cardboard.
Wow.
Somebody
So
didn't have fun with this gun.
Nope. No bangs
And,
were given.
Yeah, it's got the bang in there. And that says that's NBLP 7057-7.98, copyright 1977, Casablanca Record Film Works. So that's still in the plastic, or still in the cardboard.
And I'm catching myself in my video just staring at yours and like, oh, that's so cool.
and our buddy makes a return. And here is the crazy part of this. And I know I tell people this story and they do not believe me. When I bought the album Rock and Roll Over that I showed earlier off Etsy for $10, I bought that off of an online store, paid $10 for it, bought the store at the same time. I picked this album up for $10 at a record store in Marion, not the one I usually go to, J&B. They are out of business now. It's Love Gun, but Holy Kiss Universe.
Chris
Olsen, the same name that is on the Rock and Roll Over.
And it's I must have said same font, same handwriting. Do you know where the point of purchase was? Like what state or city your other one was in?
I don't.
Wow.
I don't know where the Etsy store was based out of. I don't. But that's crazy.
Wow.
And this is a NBLP 7057. He didn't put his name on the album, from what I can see, on the actual album itself. He didn't put it on there. But I've actually checked just to make sure. Like whenever I discovered this one day and I was talking to somebody there and like, wait, isn't that the same name? And I was like, holy crap, it is. So that's weird.
That is weird. Wow.
That his collection, 2 pieces, like made it to my house.
That's crazy. Wow. I don't know if I could follow that up at all. We're going to jump in time to good old 1985, and we're talking about Asylum.
I love that album.
Oh, so good. One of my favorites. And as you start getting in past the 70s into the 80s, the cassettes start looking more uniform. Okay, we know we're printing cassettes, so we're altering things from the album cover to so you don't have like just the weird record label font that we have like on jeans or whatever.
Right.
So this looks more true, and this does have kind of sort of a little booklet. Here's the cool thing. So I got this at a record store, and it was probably a month or two. And I don't have my glasses on, but all the lyrics are there. And what was inside of it is this little order form.
Oh, cool. For
Animalized Live and Uncensored.
Animalized Live and Uncensored. Wow.
Yeah. So that was cool. Like I had this for months before, and because it was, tucked inside of the cassette. So
right.
The fact that it was still in there makes me go, I didn't know there were inserts in the cassettes back then. I guess I would have figured that was still one of the prominent records and cassettes for the time.
But an order form inside of a cassette is kind of unique.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. So we've got that, which also means here is my autographed copy from an Indiana Kiss Expo that Bruce was at, which ties into Record Store Day. He was promoting Transformer, so I took this and he signed it, and I got his CD signed as well for his album. And I do have the 2014, but I thought I would show the first pressing from 1985 Mercury. There you can read the.
I don't even know if I've got Asylum on album. Do I? Oh yeah, I do.
And it says, and I have here missing order from Animalized VHS. So, but I do have the lyric sheet. So this would have had the Animalized.
Does the album have it too?
Yes.
I don't know if mine has that, and I might not have realized. I got this from a record store in Asheville. That drives my wife crazy. She's like, you can't remember our anniversary, but you can remember where you bought a stupid record.
Yep.
And that smells like a library. That's what.
Yeah.
That's a big smell thing that we do. We
Oh,
smell our albums.
I was always guilty of smelling the cassettes.
All the cassettes smell good. The
Yeah.
cassettes from the 90s,
Yeah. And
their
cassettes and
smell
CDs. Oh,
their
yeah.
smell was intoxicating.
Yeah.
Brand new. When you opened it up and that smell just engulfed in the entirety of your car.
You open that cellophane. I remember sitting in my room listening to whatever album it was.
It was like a sweet smell.
Yeah. Remember my dad coming in and goes, well, I don't have to worry about you huffing glue because you're going to die from smelling cassette tapes. How am I going to explain that one? I went out like a rock soldier. Yeah. So that was mine. So that was Animalize.
All right. So my next one, I didn't even have to pull this out because I already had it out. I just had to add to it from mine and Carla's video. This is the not one but 2 volumes of double platinum.
I like that they're on black and white. That's pretty
Black
cool.
and white. Yeah, black and white. And so this is volume 1, and this one is volume 2. And they look like this on the back. They're just both black labels.
Cool.
I have 3 cassettes. I have 3 CDs. I don't have them over here with me. I have a sealed that I picked up at a record store in Winston-Salem the same time I got that Rock and Roll Over. It's just the college version with the black, the black spine. This one was sent to me by a viewer.
I love that one.
And they were nice enough, knowing me the way I am. They sent me a sealed one and they sent me an open one. And they actually said, I'm sending you a sealed one and an open one because I know that you won't open the sealed one. And I'm like, you know me, sir, but I love that logo, that logo on there and the embossing of the seed and the embossing of the faces and of the band.
Yeah. And you don't get that because they're later on after that original run, they would do it in a normal standard jewel case and you don't get that embossed. It still opens up in a booklet, but it's no longer shiny. It's just, yeah.
That's just like a little, this was part of the remasters.
Yep.
And it's just so neat because it's like little versions of the albums.
Yeah.
And with the little posters and the reproductions of what the dust sleeves would have looked like. And you just didn't get the order forms, and plus you got their little write-up about the little history and what was going on at the band at the time. So, and then I have 2 copies of double platinum. I have the unopened German version, the more
That's cool.
that came out. I think I got this. I didn't get it from Kiss Online. I might have got it from UA or whatever, but it's got the track listing. It's a hype sticker, but it's on the front rather than the back. Cool. I get ridiculed a lot for not opening this one. And then the the actual double platinum from 78 with the Mylar that's impossible to see.
I've got that one.
And the little certificate.
Yep. I think my certificate, here's a rabbit hole. I think mine's written on it. Wouldn't that be funny if it's your guy?
Oh, yeah. No, yeah, mine's not. It just said this award is presented to blank. But it'd be funny if yours says Chris Olsen.
Oh my gosh. I know it's written because somebody wrote their name on it.
Yep. And then I like the silver font of the band, and then that double platinum and that how they just carried that font over from the album cover to the album.
Am I making that up? Do I not have that? Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, I have the order form. Holy crap.
You have a merch too? Awesome.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I have not opened this in a long time. And I've got the cut corner.
You have a bargain bin one. Yeah, I mean, it's got the Mylar posters and the belt buckle.
No, mine's not written. I don't know which.
Okay. Yep, like mine. One thing that me and Carla were noticing last night when we were talking about this is if you look at your little certificate, when I look at this, the Kiss is embossed, which is cool down here. But even the album has like ridges where the straps are. And I told her, I said, I know this doesn't play, but it reminds me of those albums that you used to get off the back of cereal boxes. That you could put on the record player and play.
Yeah.
It's like, man, kids miss out on the coolest stuff. Like we had those when we were little, and I remember getting one off the back of like Count Chocula or Boo Berry, and it was like their version of the Monster Mash or something during Halloween.
Yeah.
And that just reminds me of that. But we were just talking about the detail, how like there's the little run-in grooves and the run-out grooves. And I haven't gone down the rabbit hole, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tracks on it. And I was like thinking, wow, I wonder if there's any track, if the one side of one of the albums looks like this or whatever. I've not gone down that rabbit hole to like pull it out and compare it to the album or whatever. I mean, I'm a nerd, but
okay. I had another one. I don't think mine had a cut corner, so I must have bought that not that long ago. So I do have one. Scott Lancer.
All right. So Scott Lancer officially signed his. That's magic to me. That's just awesome.
Like I'm sitting there going, I know I had this signed by somebody.
Chris Olsen and Scott Lancer. These are yours, please. I know it's like
they're probably best friends going, hey, those two knuckleheads have our records.
Yeah. Dude, if Chris Olsen was to contact me and he could legitimately prove that these albums were his and he wanted them back, I would give them to him.
Just to be able to shake his hand, like, do you know how long I've had these, and I have how much hours of podcasting I've had just saying your name.
Right.
All right. We'll continue on here. So mine are kind of going to get tighter as we go here. Smashes, thrashes, and hits. I said this to Carla, I think, on her episode. Episode talking about Kiss, that the first version of Beth I ever heard came off of this. So being Eric Carr's vocal. So still to this day, hearing Peter Criss on Destroyer, something sounds off because Eric Carr was the first voice I heard singing Beth. So I've got, of course, they didn't remaster Beyond Crazy Nights, which is real. I really wish they would kind of have picked that up. So just the college version,
right,
of Smashes, Thrashes, and Hits. And
I think it's funny that we call it college version, basically just pinpointing that that's what Rick calls it.
Yep. And then this is a Canadian pressing, and which is cool. This is a BMG Record Club edition. So the barcode just says BMG on it.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
I got the inner sleeve. So this was one in my completing that I can say have all the studio albums, all of the greatest hits. This was the outlier going, I'm not going to find Smashes at all.
Right.
So and this was a record store that was an hour and a half, and they did their normal flip. Like, here's the acquisitions we got. I could not get off of Facebook fast enough. Was getting my shoes on a Saturday. The wife's like, where are you? What is going on? She goes, is the house on fire? I said, no, this record store has got Smashes, Thrashes, and Hits. And she's like, okay, we'll go. Like, I think I paid $80 for this. And
of course.
I had to have it.
I've got it on CD. I don't have it on, of course, not on 8-track. I don't have it on cassette, but I don't have it on vinyl. That's one that if I run across it, I would probably buy it because I like Smashes, Thrashes.
I do too.
And like you were talking about, sometimes the cool thing about Kiss is they've been around so long. What feels familiar and what feels like home and what feels like favorite to you is where you come in. That's why I really don't give, like some people, I mean, I'm old school. I'm about as old school. I'm not quite as old school as you can get because there's fans that were Kiss fans. I was just born about 5 years too late. If I'd been born about 5 years earlier, I probably would have been a Kiss fan all the way back to the beginning. But I came in around 77, 78 when I was around 7, 8 years old. So Live 2 was the first album that actually came out after I started my fandom. But I still consider myself part of the OG crowd. So I'm partial to OG. But you have people that are younger that come in like that when Kiss was still doing stuff like Xander.
Yeah.
That come. So it makes sense to me that people like Tommy Thayer and Eric Singer and that version of Kiss is his home. That's home to him. So
that's
so
like
I don't give people a hard time over that.
Yeah, and with all of these songs were remixed for this album, so I Love It Loud doesn't have the thunderous drum opening, and like, everything's mixed a little differently. So hearing the originals again, it took a while for me to go, oh, I like the originals, but there's something home about this that I had Hot in the Shade, and then this were the only 2 Kiss albums I had for the longest time. So this was my Kiss Bible. So I still, when I close my eyes at night and I hear, Deuce, I'm hearing the 1988 version of Deuce in my head.
Right. All right. So speaking of OG, my next one, and this is the only one that I have a trifecta of, and then I have some honorable mentions that I have at least 2 of.
All right.
But my last and my OG, saved the best for last. I have all 4 of these 8 tracks. I have the other 3 behind me. But, you talk about that uniformity there. If I hold up all the other 8 tracks, at least the ones that are released by there's a little bit of there. Well, no, there actually is some differences because I was going to say there's some uniformity, but there is some difference because you have Ace, and Ace's butt looks like this.
Yep.
You have Peter, and his butt looks like this, and their backs look the same, the black. And then you have Paul, and his butt looks like that. But then I have Gene actually in a Casablanca thing, and he's black. So it's there is some differences, but I just think it's cool that and Gene, I've not actually been able to get him out of his thing yet. He's stuck in there somehow. But then you have some really cool, like I said, I showed this. I think I may kind of save part of this for mine in your video.
Okay.
So I have the 8-track. I have the remaster, and it's open. I mean, I had to open Aces.
Yeah.
I had to open Aces. I was like, man, why am I not going to open Aces and listen to it in my car?
I love that blue. Love that blue.
Whoops. And I love it too till I drop it. And then I think this is weird that they put that on the back, which I think is awesome. But they didn't put anything on the back of that, which, it's kind of weird. But
yeah.
And then it kind of opens up, and you have the tracks and stuff, and then it opens up to the poster.
Yeah.
Which I think it's cool that they did that. I think it's cool that they included the poster in these, and they included what would be the dust cover.
And I was at the Indiana Kiss Expo, speaking of the expo again, when Robert V. Conti, if I can say his name, as he was telling us that these are coming out. I think this was 96, 97, telling us about that he's doing all these write-ups. So I remember that as clear as day.
Yeah. And the third thing I have is the album. And I bought this and I got it in great shape. This album, the cover is in great shape. It's got a little bit of a wrinkle right here.
Still looks really good.
Still looks really good. And let's see. And the rest of it is in great shape. It's got the dust cover, the album with the face on it. It has the merch form with all the solo album stuff, the belt buckle, the shirts, and everything, the keychains, the necklace, and the poster, which is in great shape. I have all 4 solo albums, and I have all 4 more merch forms, and I have all 4 posters. And I'm thinking about one day there's a custom framing shop in my town, and I'm thinking about taking the merch forms and the posters and be like, make me a custom frame to put all 4 of these posters in, and make me a custom frame to put these merch forms in side by side by side. And
That would be cool.
And I've got a perfect long oblong wall here that's kind of behind at the end of my Kiss album, at the end of my Kiss dolls, but heading towards my drum set, that poster would go on, perfect. That framed poster would fit perfectly there. So, and that's my trifecta, but I've got a few more honorable mentions coming up.
Well, continue with my trifecta. So this is my very first ever Kiss album. I'm wearing the shirt. Could not get to the music store fast enough. We saw the music video for Hide Your Heart on December 2nd, 1989 from taping Headbangers Ball. That was a Saturday. The record store was closed on Sunday. So Monday after school, we went and I bought one of my favorites. Between this, Revenge, and Carnival, I go back and forth of my favorite. So I adore this album. When it was the only thing I had to listen to, people were like, "Oh, there's too many songs on it." Too many songs. There's 15. No. There's 15 songs on this. This is all I had to listen to delivering newspapers. So I got that. Then speaking in Indianapolis Kiss Expo, Indiana Kiss Expo, got Bruce Kulick to sign this and telling him this was my first Kiss album. I got mine through BMG. So mine back in the day. And then this one, again, another one of those. I saw a record store flipping through their latest acquisitions, and I saw that big hype sticker, and I was like, honey, they have an original pressing of one of my favorite Kiss albums. So the hype sticker is still intact. And normally I take the shrink off. So it is opened.
Right.
They had slit the side, but that I have the original hype sticker with the original shrink. I was like, oh my gosh. I was shaking at the record store. My wife's like, I've not seen you be this way with an album before. I said, you just don't know, like that very first Kiss, that this made me the Kiss fan that I am, that I had to have. And I've got the, I think 30th anniversary. Was it the 30th anniversary? Because I got it during COVID. Maybe it was the 25th anniversary in the blue, clear blue version.
Yeah.
Of it. So yeah, Hot in the Shade. I know Rick and I could wax nostalgically about Hot in the Shade and Smashers, Thrashers, and Hits all day long. Those are 2 big albums for both of us.
Right. Yeah, I see those albums and I think about you guys a lot.
Yeah.
My last 3 that I have, I only have 2 of the formats. This is a remasters CD, and it's Creatures.
Love it.
And it is open. And the cool thing about this is that pink.
Oh, that pink is so cool. And you would think that shouldn't work on a Kiss album, but that pink and that purple and that blue just are friggin-tastic.
Yeah. And it's, the way it is with these, they show the back. Of course, it has the cover. And I guess the Aces that I was just talking about don't seem so weird now, because although it has the words, the track listing on the back here, on the album it doesn't. On the back of this, it doesn't have it. So I guess it just looks weird on Aces because the back is just black and it's just so plain.
Yeah.
But it's got the track listing. It's got the words, the track listing in that pink fuchsia, whatever color it is.
Mm-hmm.
And that cover is just awesome. And so I have that. And I have this is opened, believe it or not, because I wanted to listen to it. This is the first ever half master.
Oh, that's so cool. I've got that one.
God, this sounds amazing.
Yes.
It is so good. And it is so thick. This freaking album it's a monster. I mean, there's no wobble to this thing. It's a
you could
monster.
serve a steak on that thing. It's so
it's literally, it is a plate. It is so thick.
When I got that, I thought that it was cut onto 2 LPs. It was that thick. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I did too. And then you open it up and it's just this one really thick stock dust cover. And you can tell that they put a lot into that. and it feels like it should be an album. When you have everything inside of it, it feels like it should be an album that is a double and is going to open up, but it doesn't. So I have that version of it, and I also have the 40th annual 3 LP deluxe custom that is open. You guys would be proud of me.
I am.
And since it's open, I'm going to show you. Let me slide my dust cover off here. So this sucker is a beast. It is so heavy.
Yeah.
It's like this, and it opens up to that, and then it opens on up to that.
Beautiful.
And it is, the LPs slide out this way, and they're that beautiful.
That's so cool.
They're that beautiful blue.
Like Creature's blue.
Yep. And I think they're all 3 blue, aren't they?
Yep, all 3 are blue.
Yeah, all 3 are blue. So I'm not going to pull all of them out, but yeah, they're all 3 blue. And I'll just have to. I think I'm gonna pull a Rob and pull that hype sticker off and maybe stick it to the outside of one of my covers or something. And then I have the 40th anniversary box set, which I'm not going to go into. But as far as the stuff that's actually in here, the extras, I've not really gone through all of that yet. So I think once I finally go through that I'll probably be like, okay, I'm ready to buy the Dress to Kill box set now.
And just to pair along with yours, talking about if anything screams the college CD for Rick and I, it's this bad boy. It is and I remember, I think I heard Rick say this, looking at the back, there's a butt on there going, oh, I bet that chick's probably hot. No, that's Jean. I'm finding that out later going, that's Jean's butt. But
it's Jean's.
Talk about a holy grail that I want on vinyl. I want this on vinyl.
Oh yeah.
I saw it someplace and the guy was asking for a ridiculous amount because I asked for it. And I happened to be wearing a Kish shirt going in, and that price just started skyrocketing as he was talking to me. He's like, well, let me look. And I was like, oh man, because you got a fish on the line. So
Yep.
So I've been saying this is probably my favorite album. Talk about albums that came out in the month of May. Huge. So Revenge. I'm going through the albums right here.
Yeah.
So this is the blue. I don't have a first pressing. This was a 94. Who did this? This is H&H. So there's a gray version of this, and then I have the blue marble. So this is one of the ones that my ex did not destroy. So my first Kiss, one of my first Kiss vinyls I had. So I've got that one, and then I have a 2014 vinyl, and then I have a 2014 German.
Nice.
Vinyl, and the 30th anniversary of Revenge. Talk about, here's your foilish cover here with the silver vinyl. I think both you and I got this.
Yep.
And it came with the shirt.
Yep.
So
I almost wore that shirt today.
I almost did. That's funny.
Statue of Liberty on the front of it. Yep. I almost wore that.
And the only other original cassette from back in the day that I had, Revenge.
So that's what I was talking to you about, where they would take the cover, turn it sideways. crop it in. Yep.
Now sometimes you get a little expanded work. Remember the long CD boxes? Speaking of CDs, you would get the bottom end of the plane or whatever, where it's all damaged and torn. So I wish that was kind of replicated here. So but yeah.
All right. Well, in that vein, I have a college version CD of Revenge, and it's that I love the font on this CD.
Yeah.
the bullet hole in the kit. It's not really bullet holes. It's just kind of really distressed with the Revenge in front of it and the shot of the band. And I will say it to this day, other than the OG Kiss, this era of Kiss is my favorite. I love this era so much.
Yep.
And they were like a legit heavy metal hard rock band during this time. God, I loved it. I wished it could have kept going. If only. I mean, I'm thankful that we had the reunion and all that stuff that came with it. But man,
I think Rick and I have said in an alternate universe, the Revenge lineup is still going strong.
Yep. And you just showed it.
Very cool.
You talked about we had it. This is one of the foil ones that I have that causes me to have to fight the urge to go and get the rest of them.
I know.
And I love that this just isn't a gray color. It's kind of swirlish. It's really hard to catch up on camera, but there's a swirl to it.
Yeah.
And kind of pearl-esque in there. And I love that picture. I love that they put it in black and white rather than color. It just makes it a lot more edgy.
That's my favorite band shot from the Revenge album. I love that shot.
Yeah. And so there's my my 2 copies of Revenge.
All right, we'll continue on. We're down to my last 2. So keeping in chronologically, we're going to cassette, turn sideways, Alive 3. So I got this at a record shop again because I had an exit, threw mine out, but very cool. Wound back to the beginning. So I got that. And so I had taken out the college CD because at the time, underneath this, I had my concert ticket from the very first Kiss show I was at Savage Hall, and I have it since in a photo album book. So I never put the black tray back in on this, but very cool. And I do have a variant of this that has Take It Off, a Japanese version. That Take It Off is written down here with an asterisk above I Love It Loud of where Take It Off goes. And maybe I should I've been zipping back and forth. I can edit this out. So actually it's a German version. You can see where I Love It Loud, Take It Off is. And they used the German Revenge font with the bullet holes for Alive 3.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
And then for the vinyl, I do have a couple other ones, but this is the 30th anniversary Flame edition.
Nice.
And this is really cool. Both of these are, I think the second LP is actually, the Flame is more pronounced. I think you would be able to get this out, Rob, on camera. Can you? No. Why would you? So the Flame Swirl.
That's nice. It's pretty.
Yeah. So I had the 2014 of this, but this was the last anniversary I was able to get a hold of. I was at work, thought I'll wait till I get home. I was able to purchase it. Then after that, it's almost impossible. Now you got to get the shirt and the T-shirt and the bandana and all. Anyway, so that's a rant for another day that I've made way too many times.
Okay, I've got 2 left and continuing in chronological order myself, I believe. Speaking of reunion, I have the CD of You Wanted the Best, You Got the Best. And I love that they did the multicolor plastic, the pink and then the yellow. The yellow jewel case really reminds me of Alice in Chains' Three-Legged Dog because they did the same thing.
Yep.
And then the back. Yep. And then it's advertising Kisstory. This is it's very controversial album to say the least. So I have that, and then I have the actual vinyl on, and it's sealed.
The only one I'm missing.
And I think I got this from Dead Wax. I paid $100 for it. He would not come off of it at all. And I paid $100 for it because I knew what I knew. He knew what he had, and I knew what he had.
Yeah.
So I bought it. This is an original. This is not the one out of the Kisteria box set or anything like that. This is an original from whenever they released it.
Yeah.
So I have that.
All right. So I'm down to my last. This will go past the trifecta. I have this on multiple formats. So I'm missing Carnival of Souls on cassette. I need to get Carnival on cassette. I would love to walk in someplace and find it, but I think I'm gonna have to break down. I'm gonna have to get it on eBay or something like that. But I need Carnival because, as you know, I'm a huge Carnival fan.
Mm-hmm.
So this goes. I found this one. This is sealed. So MTV Unplugged. So I was surprised that I found this at a record shop sealed. My wife's like, "You're gonna open it like you do everything?" I said, I don't know. It's missing the hype sticker, which is odd. I thought, well, maybe it's a BMG. It's not BMG. It's a standard. So I don't know how it didn't retain its hype sticker, because the hype sticker for this is pretty big. I think it covers up pretty much everybody on this side. I think you only see like part of Paul, Peter, and Gene, but Ace, Bruce, and Eric are covered by the hype sticker. So I've got that, and I've got my original CD from the day. To me, this is still my favorite Kiss live album. It's one of my favorite Kiss moments. The Revenge lineup sounds so great. Then you add Ace and Peter. Fantastic. Then I have the 2014 vinyl. But wait, there's more. So I thought, I can't wait till this comes out on home video. So I have it on VHS. So I wonder what the last thing I watched on this was, like right in the middle. So I've got that on VHS. And later on, I found it. I don't believe this is a bootleg. Everything that is telling me is from Mercury MTV branding on there. There's no other weird thing for it. I have a fortune cookie thing that I put in here. So there's the MTV Unplugged, just a standard basic. But wait, there's more. Speaking of the Indiana Kiss Expo, I bought this at the Indiana Kiss Expo. Kiss Unplugged Unedited. So it's a 2 VHS. It's everything everything that they filmed for that day on two VHSs.
That's crazy.
And
I've never seen that. I've never seen that.
So there's everything, all the different takes and versions. Yeah, fantastic.
That's awesome.
And then the last official one, of course, came out on Kissology. So that's cassette, vinyl, CD, VHS, and DVD. Rounding out the last of my whatever trifecta is for 5-fecta. There you go. I'm making up a word.
Yeah, 5-fecta. All right. My final, I only have 2, and but I think both of these are just super fun, just because of the cover of them and the CD for Psycho Circus.
So cool.
With the lenticular cover to it. This is open. I love the CD, the whole the way the CD looks.
Yeah, so cool.
And the fact that they also did like the lenticular on the inside.
Yep.
They went the extra mile with that. And then, of course, say it with me. It is
unopened.
The album Psycho Circus. This is the 2014.
And you have the lenticular.
The first ever vinyl pressing. And what's the cool thing about this, the lenticular, is if you look at it from the side, it almost looks 3D as well. Like the Psycho Circus is like raised up off of everything else.
See, I can understand why you didn't undo that one.
Yeah. So
undo. Wait, it's not
open it. I don't have a reason. I've got it on cassette and I listen to it on streaming. I really don't have a reason to open it, but it's and I love this album, even though there's some songs off it I really don't care for.
I love that album,
and I know that a lot of the band didn't play on all the songs, and that Tommy was on songs and Bruce was on songs and other people were on songs and Peter only played on one album, on one song. And I don't care. I mean, that was kind of Kiss's, whenever the end of when the band was together, that was kind of their thing anyway. Ace was only playing on his songs. And this is almost like, to me, this really is no different than Dynasty. A lot of people give this, they're like, Dynasty gets the pass, even though Peter only played on one song, only sang on one song. Sound familiar?
Yeah.
Ace only played on the songs that he wrote and performed, and Paul and Gene did everything else with other studio members on Dynasty. Sound familiar?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, but Dynasty gets the pass, but this doesn't. Yeah, I like Psycho Circus a lot.
Oh, I do too. Well, this has been a blast. And this is usually at the end of the show with the guest. I was like, oh boy, I wish we could talk longer. Well, that's going to happen. So rather than fumble the end of this, depending on whose video you watched first, Brant, why don't you just tell the good folks out there where this conversation is going to continue, or to say, well, hey, now you know why my video sounded a little off, because we actually started it here. So where could people follow you? And so, and there.
So on YouTube, in my head channel, best place to find me. I also post stuff on Instagram. That's where I promote most of my things. I sent out a little promotion about this video, just saying, hey, you know, Rogue Records and I are up to no good again. So you can catch me on YouTube. Instagram is the best place. I mean, I have a Twitter account, a TikTok account, but it's hard to manage all those socials just being one dude. It's hard to just, I'm going to post here, I'm going to post here, and post here. So I just try to mostly make sure that I'm posting on videos on my YouTube, promoting on Instagram. And I think where the conversation is going to go from here, I guess me and Rob will try to coordinate where we put these out relatively close to each other.
Yeah.
So they're almost like your volume 1 and your volume 2 of conversations. In my video, I'm going to allude to the fact that we've just recorded a video and what it was about. And I think my video is going to be a continuation of that conversation, because we're already 2 hours into talking about Kiss. We're in a deep vein. And so I've got several pieces of my collection pulled out here, 8 tracks, cassettes, not cassettes, but CDs, albums. We may just pull some more out and just have an extended conversation about some of those pieces, in case somebody don't watch this video, they can see that. And then of course we'll tell people to go back and watch that video, just like we're telling people to watch my video.
Well, I'm eager just to get the conversation started. So all of our socials, when I edit this, will be scrolling across the screen. Go follow Brant, especially to carry on this conversation over. And we will partner up and say, hey, we're going to release these. It'd be great to release them at the same time, or day 1, day 2, so you can get them back to back. So the conversation is going to continue over on In My Head. So you're a Kiss fan, you're going to go right over to Brant's channel. If you haven't already done it, subscribe to him and click the bell notification so you get the most updated here on Rogue Record Music. And stop back next time. We'll go through the racks and we'll spin through something and see what we find on the shelf. On behalf of Brant, I'm Rob, and just go over to In My Head channel in 3, 2, Kiss.